What if I tell you that a country can punish another country without firing a single bullet, without banning it, without even saying sanctions, just by changing prices? Today, we'll understand a shocking truth: how tariffs are being used as hidden sanctions in the United States, India deal. And trust me, this story affects jobs, prices, and your future. First, let's understand one simple word: tariff. Let's start very basic. Imagine you make chocolates and sell them for 10 Indian rupees each. Now, your friend brings chocolates from another city. The shopkeeper says, if you sell here, you must pay extra 5 Indian rupees tax. So your friend's chocolate now costs 15 Indian rupees. That extra tax is called a tariff. Tariff equals extra tax on imported goods. Governments use it to protect their own businesses or pressure other countries. Simple, right? Or sanctions. Now imagine something else. Your school says, you broke the rules, so you can't use the playground. That is punishment. In global politics, this punishment is called sanctions. Sanctions usually mean blocking money, blocking banks, blocking trade. Countries mostly use sanctions to force others to change behavior. The twist: tariffs used like sanctions. Now comes the shocking part. Normally, sanctions are one tool. Tariffs are another tool. But in this case, the United States mixed both. The US basically said, India, if you don't follow certain global rules, we will make your products very expensive in our country. That means higher tariffs, costly Indian goods, pressure on Indian companies. So tariffs were used like punishment. This is called tariffs as sanction enforcement. Punishment hidden inside trade. So the real question is, why did this happen? One big reason was oil. India buys oil from Russia because it's cheaper. India needs affordable energy. But the US wanted countries to reduce business with Russia. India said, we'll decide based on our national interest. So instead of saying, India is sanctioned, the pressure came like this: higher tariffs on Indian exports. And then came a twist no one expected. The US Supreme Court stepped in. Just when things became tense, something unexpected happened. The US Supreme Court stepped in. The court said, the president cannot impose such high tariffs like this. Boom! Many tariffs were canceled. That means Indian goods became cheaper again. The pressure tool weakened. Trade talks slowed down. So the big question now is, what does this mean for India and the United States? For India, exports get relief. Less pressure through tariffs. Stronger bargaining power. For the US, tariffs can't be used freely. Legal limits exist. New strategies needed. So what's the big lesson? Courts can stop even powerful governments. You might think, I'm not a businessman. Why should I care? Let me prove step by step that this news quietly enters your home, your phone, your food, and even your future salary. Recently, the United States increased tariffs on some imported goods during trade pressure. What does that mean in real life? Imagine this. India exports medicines, clothes, auto parts, IT hardware. When the US adds extra tax, tariff, Indian products become more expensive in America. Now see the chain reaction. American buyers order less. Indian factories get fewer orders. Companies reduce. Over time, hiring, sometimes even jobs. One decision taken in Washington quietly affects salaries in India. This is how trade affects jobs. Now let's connect this to jobs. Suppose you want to become engineer, doctor, YouTuber, business owner. You still depend on the economy. When exports slow, companies don't expand. Freshers get fewer opportunities. Salary growth slows. That's why people say, the economy decides your opportunities, not just your marks. Now listen carefully. This example affects every household. India imports crude oil, cooking gas, electronics parts. If global trade tensions increase, oil prices rise. When oil rises, petrol becomes expensive. Transport cost increases. Vegetables become costly. Milk prices rise. That is not random. That is global trade plus politics entering your kitchen. You don't need to understand geopolitics to feel its impact every day. Think about your smartphone. Inside it, chips from Taiwan, software from the US, assembly in Asia. If tariffs increase between countries, phone prices go up, EMI becomes heavier, upgrading becomes difficult. So yes, even your mobile phone is political. Let me simplify everything in one line. The world today is one big shop. If two shop owners fight, prices rise, customers suffer. You're the customer. Now, the most important part. What should you learn from this? Lesson 1. Never depend on one system. Countries de-risk. Smart people should too. Don't depend on one job. Don't depend on one income. Don't depend on one skill. Lesson 2. Skills beat borders. Tariffs can block goods, but skills can travel digitally. That's why freelancers, creators, online businesses are growing even during global tensions. Lesson 3. Create assets, not just salary. Governments use tariffs to protect themselves. You must protect your future by investing, learning money skills, building side income. Salary, control by economy. Assets, control over economy. So remember this. You may not be interested in global trade, but global trade is very interested in you. That's why this news matters. That's why understanding money matters. And that's why smart people prepare, not panic. If this video helped you understand global politics in a simple way, like this video, share it with one friend. Subscribe for more easy explanations. Because power today is not about armies. It's about economics.